I know we were just talking about the Celtics, and we are live here, but I love watching games at the Tell. It's
Love it.
awesome. We've never done
Absolutely love
that.
it.
We've never done that at any other year that I've been down there. I think in the fall once, I might have got a projector and done like a NFL game, but Celtics playoff games at the tailgate with softball going on behind you, it's awesome.
Trending way up.
Trending way up.
Trending way up.
So
And they win. They won. That's
that's obviously makes it better. But speaking of trending up, softball Tony was very anxiously awaiting your appearance here tonight. He commented this 5 minutes before we went live. So
my guy, love it. The signature trending up.
The signature. I mean, you've made that a thing in the league at this point. Yeah.
I mean, if the boys stay hot, it's going to keep coming. I mean, unless we start trending downward, I'm not going to stop. So
I don't think you're going to stop. No, but
there is no stopping me.
Everybody, welcome to the Merrimack Minute, week 6. Very special guest on here this week. Last week we had the most winningest coach in league history on as our special guest. This week we have the most memed player in league history on the pod, Brett Bellerose. Much anticipated debut. Welcome.
Absolutely, I'm ready to go.
Fired up.
Fired up is an understatement.
So my co-host Colby, Cuck of the Year, was supposed to be calling in from vacation in Mexico. Totally good excuse to not be on. So he is not going to make it on tonight. But we hope he's enjoying his vacation in Mexico. And I mean, what a coach! His boys go 2-0 without him. Do they really need him?
Do they even bring him back at this point?
I mean, does he start? I don't know.
I don't know. In that lineup, I mean, you got Tucker. He's unbelievable.
Yeah,
pick of the year.
That
guy is trending up
every single week.
I did just see a snap though. I think Kobe's doing BP out in Mexico, so he might be trying to get hot for the boys.
He's worried about his starting position on A&D. He's got to take some BP.
Sam's hitting him some ground balls. He's ready to go.
No days off.
No days. Not even in Mexico. You can't.
Wow. I mean, this is loyalty right here. Interim coach, 2-0, undefeated coach, Dustin. He says if Colby's not on, then he might as well just bounce.
Oh man, Dustin trending down. He's a cuck.
Well,
he got a good excuse though. I mean, Mexico, come on.
It's a great excuse. But
if he was on, I mean, I'd have a problem with him even being on. Just get out there, get to the beach, get in the water.
Absolutely. He did. He snapped me. Sorry, we were FaceTiming yesterday, and he answered the phone. He was in the pool with like a straw, like his like straw, almost cowboy hat, or what are those hats called? Why am I drawing a blank here?
It's like a sun hat. I look at him as like a sun hat.
Yeah,
thing.
Exactly. But he looked like he was having a good time. But yeah, but what a great time to take vacation, by the way, right after the Beast of the East. Like
right from the Beast to Mexico. I mean, how can it get any better than that?
I mean, that is masterfully done by Colby. Great scheduling by him.
Absolutely. I know a lot of guys after the Beast, they don't even like to play league that whole week after. Everyone's kind of hurt and recouping. What a great Tony though.
That's a perfect segue because we're about to get into Monday. Monday night after the Beast is one of those tough nights for league because we got a lot of guys that play tournaments, a lot of guys that played both days, especially the D guys. We have a lot of guys that play D in this league, and we had a lot of guys that played like close to 10 games this weekend, which
that's a tough playing 10 games than trying to get the legs going for a Monday league game.
Especially if it's 8:30. And unfortunately, we're going to get into the games here in a bit. Unfortunately, we did have our first forfeit of the year, but hopefully that's the last one. But the night after the Beast, it's always tough.
What would you say is the average in this league since you were president for forfeits?
Well, I mean, since I was president, the average is 13 because last year was the only year.
Well, tough subject.
Yeah, but before that, I would say in my 10 years, my first 8 years or so, I would say maximum 2 or 3 for the whole season. Maybe a few years with a few more. I definitely think we had some years with 0 forfeits since I've been in the league. But I think by this point last year, this is kind of around when we started getting some forfeits. So to say I'm not concerned would be a lie. But even with the big people were worried about the big rosters, and here we are
and
with our first
exactly
forfeit.
doesn't help. The Beast of the East, definitely I would not want to be a coach the week after the Beast of the East, that's for sure.
Especially if you
trying to get guys. Yeah. And there's a lot of tourney players in this league. That's the thing. A lot of players in this league playing tourneys. So, you gotta show up on the weekends and gotta show up on the weekdays for you guys.
Absolutely. So we're gonna try to get through again, try to stick to 45 minutes. We had a full week, a rare 2 nights in league. Usually we've been stuck with just one night. So we got 10 games that we got to go through and recap. We got to take a look maybe at some home runs, and then we got to go over our picks and make some more picks for next week. So we got a lot to cover. Before we jump into this week, Brett, we got a lot of people that are expecting some hot takes from you. We got William Lafferty here. Give me a hot take or two.
Big Dog Billy. Big Dog Billy. All right. Well, my first hot take that comes to mind is it's actually about the bat tester. I'm thinking the Merrimack bat tester is the only bat tester in New England that's getting calibrated. Because
a positive bat tester comment. I love it.
Yeah, it's positive. Yeah. I mean, bats are passing everywhere else, and then they bring them to Merrimack, and I can hear a lot of frustration around the league. Like I just took my bat out of the wrapper, or I took 10 swings and it's not passing. And I mean, maybe Merrimack bat test is doing the right thing, and everyone else kind of just letting it ride.
I mean, we'll come back to this, and we're testing bats again. Second round is in 5 games, so it'll be right around 4th of July week. I know on the website right now it says June 20th, but because of the 2 rainouts, that gets pushed back. It's game 14. So we'll see how hot that take actually is when we start testing bats for round 2.
Yeah, you never know. Another quick hot take is that Buckley team that some guy runs it. I think he's the president or something.
There we go.
I think they may end up leading the league in strikeouts looking towards the end of the season. They're off to a hot start. That's for sure. They are off to a hot start.
That's a very deserving take for the boys. Yeah, I don't really have much to say to that. I was one of those victims this week. So
if the Buckley guys want to come do BP, down the roll at Harry Allen, we swing. So we definitely take swings. We don't watch any pitches. So we should be good to go.
All right. I think we're ready to move on. Any more hot takes?
I'll wait till later on. Surprise the boys.
Awesome. So let's get into it. We had a full slate this week. Technically a 9 out of 10 slate because we did have a forfeit. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Got to get through these games rather quickly. A lot of close games this week. Starting with 6:30 Monday at the Legion, we had NHI sneak out a 13-12 win over Phantom Gymnastics.
Close game.
Very close game. I know we're going to see this for Wednesday night, but Phantom just having a tough time closing games out, it looks like.
Very. And the record shows that.
Yep, and we'll look at that as well. I don't really have much else from this game. I don't know if you heard anything from Lowe or anybody that played in this one.
Yeah, I didn't see I didn't see that game. It was at the Legion, so I'm not sure exactly. I don't think, if I'm correct, I don't think Bones made that game.
We can probably look at that.
I'm pretty sure Bonesy didn't make it. I know he's a big home run guy now, so.
I know. Okay, yeah, this does go right to the box score. So NHI, yeah, looks like Bones was not in attendance here that night. So and Phantom Low hit a dinger. But 1, 2, 3. Yeah, looks like they had exactly 10 on Monday night, and NHI had a few extra. So tough one for Phantom, but a good win for NHI there.
Definitely. Without Bonesy.
Moving on to 6:30 Martel. This is an interesting game. We almost spoke this one into existence because last week on the pod, if you listened, and sorry, really quick, Ralph, who's on Phantom, is letting us know that NHI game ended in a walk-off in bottom 7. A lot of walk-offs this week. We'll get to that.
A lot of walk-off. Big walk-off week.
A lot of walk-offs.
Love that.
Again, A&D Peterson. A&D gets the 16-13 win. What we spoke into existence here was how sometimes playing against 9 is sneaky. And A&D only had 9 this week without the captain of the ship. And they sneak out the 16-13 win over Peterson, who's been scoring a ton of runs. And then all of a sudden against 9, couldn't find
Yeah, I
any
did
grass.
see that. They're putting up a lot of runs this year.
Yeah. And I guess Dustin's on a mission here to hold teams under 15 all year. He's doing a good job.
He threw a couple knuckleballs last night that were pretty sick. I was standing up against the fence, and these things were not moving.
Yeah,
so
he's the total package when it comes to pitching, hitting. He keeps getting better every year at pitching. But
I actually did see the end of that game. There was a tough ending for Peterson. Big base running error for my guy Silas.
So I heard the commotion on that play, but I didn't actually see what happened. I'm sure I was doing something very important, which is why I missed it.
It was a ball hit towards the gap in right center. It did look like a gap off the bat. Cliff made a really good catch on it. I didn't really talk to Silas about it, but I think he might have thought it was gap for sure. There was either 2 outs or gap for sure. And he got caught just going from first to third, and he was almost basically at third by the time Cliff made the catch and doubled up at first. Game over.
Tough way.
Yeah, very tough way. Runners on base, definitely a chance to win there.
Yeah, so that's another game that came right down to the wire.
Yep.
Then,
a lot of close endings.
Yeah, but that's a game that gets the boys going. If you win with 9,
absolutely. Everyone more at bats. You can't hate on 9. You get your top up quick. You're gonna guaranteed 4 or 5 at bats at least. I think.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. If depending on the 9 you have, you could definitely roll through that order.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I'm shocked Dustin hasn't said this in the comments yet, but as they say, all it takes is any 9. Any 9.
Any 9. Any 9. That's it.
Any 9. So the next one here we'll be able to go through pretty quickly. Holtz unfortunately didn't have enough to field the team. So VFW, who I was saying this to somebody from a probability and statistics standpoint, it is incredible that VFW is always on the other end of the forfeit. It's crazy.
It does seem that way.
I feel bad for them because obviously those guys want to play, but it just so happens the weird way that it works in the universe where every time there's a forfeit, they seem to be on the winning end of it. Yeah. So
hey, win's a win. I mean, but you want to play. That's the thing. It's
exactly.
The bottom line. You want to when you're looking forward to your Monday or Wednesday, and you want to play.
Now we're gonna hear Wally. We're gonna hear Wally barking through both of our microphones here.
We got the double whammy now, being at the Bay.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even mention that you're at the Bay, but old Four Legs is making it pretty obvious that we're in the same spot here. So we'll skip past that game. VFW gets the win by forfeit. 7:30 game was another really close one. Pretty awful game to start, if I remember correctly. It was very low scoring. I don't even know if we scored until like the 3rd or 4th inning.
I do remember that. Very, very slow start to that game.
Another quick game, but the Buckley boys snuck out a nice 14-12 win over Monahan. Tommy went deep a few times in this game. Again, last week we talked about it. Monahan had only hit 10 home runs in 7 games going into that night, and they hit 4. So they were due. They were due for some dingers.
Billy, you got to start getting the ball over the fence, buddy. Come on, man. Need some more home runs out of Billy.
I almost robbed one for Billy. I was so close to robbing one, like towards the end of that game against Billy, but he struck it too well. I didn't get to the fence in time. But
you actually almost made a real nice one last night. Very tough catch. It was a good bid.
Yeah, I should have caught that one. It was towards the end of the game. From what Teddy's telling me, I over jumped it because I think it hit like the palm of my glove. It
did look, from my view, it looked like you did over jump it and kind of came out the heel of the glove.
Yeah, it was good because I think we were down 2. I think we were down.
You kept a run from scoring there for sure.
Well, no, it was going to be a 3-runner.
Get out. Was it going out? I didn't know if it was.
Oh, it was definitely going out, but it was going to be a 3-runner. I jumped up, wasn't able to catch it, but I knocked it back in. You only scored 1, and then we got the next guy out. So instead of 3, you guys only got 1. But I would have preferred that. I would have preferred you guys got 0 there. But who knows if that would have even mattered. But we'll get to that game in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get
to that game in a bit. But Buckley, I think we got 2 in the top of the 7th, and then we were able to hold them. Or actually, no, it looks like we were the home team. 2 in the bottom of the 6th to take a lead, and then we were able to hold them in the top of the 7th to close out a win.
A lot of close games Monday.
A lot of close games. This was actually the next game, the 8:30, was the widest margin of them all, and it was only a 6-run game. Torromeo throws up almost a 30 spot here with a win 29-23 over VIP. What happened in this one?
The boys were buzzing for sure, per usual. But VIP, we just couldn't put them away. I think we were up, I want to say 12 at one point, and they kept kept cutting in half, coming back. I think they ended up taking the lead. I think they went up 2 in the 6th or the 7th, and I think we had our top coming up in the 7th. We put up 5 maybe to go up. No, I don't know exactly how that works, but I know they were battling their leadoff hitter. I guess his name's Mitch. The kid was on fire.
Oh yeah,
that kid.
Mitch with a T.
He is a hitting machine.
Yeah, not Mitchapalooza for those who didn't see our shirts.
Not that Mitch.
Mitch Pierce. But yeah, every time I feel like I turned around, that guy was putting a ball in the gap.
Oh, he was raking. He was raking for sure. I know they were banged up a little bit. I know TV's got a hammy going, Cooch got a hammy, but the boys are hitting there. That was a good battle. We ended up winning it in the 7th. It was a definitely a close one towards the end. I thought we sealed the deal early in the game, but those guys they kept fighting for sure. They did.
Well, that was our only high scoring game of Monday night. But gotta love this. This is what the draft league is all about. Every game on Monday night was decided by 6 or less. Close games, upsets, people battling, teams winning with 9. It's what you get. That's MMSSL in a nutshell right there.
Best league around.
Don't
get better than this.
So that's it for Monday night. I don't think we have anything else really that we need to bring up from Monday. It's tough. I'm used to only having to recap one night of games, and now it feels like we had 2 games. Monday feels like it was a month ago.
The Martell Dome stayed dry this week.
It did. We had a little bit of a scare yesterday. I thought the forecast didn't look great on like Tuesday, but luckily all the rain was done by like 9 a.m. and the fields were great.
Yeah, it was sunny. It was hot all day.
Yeah.
They knew there was a big one at the Legion, so Mother Nature was sticking by us for sure.
Yeah, big one at the Legion last night. 2 teams that were 6-2 entering the night. So we're moving on to Wednesday here. Torromeo with the walk-off win, 16-15 over Buckley at the Legion. Another one for us. Pretty ugly game for the first 3 or 4 innings. And then we kind of started battling you guys. Let's hear your take. I'll let you tell the story.
So my take on it was, you guys came out a little flat at first. I think we went up. I believe we were up good, 7 maybe in that game. 1 point.
I think you scored 4 in the top, or we scored 0. Then you scored 4 in the bottom of the first. Then we scored 0 again, and then I think you guys scored maybe 2 or 3.
The one word, there's 2 words to name to recap the game. It's Artie Brennan.
Oh yeah,
that guy is unbelievable.
Definitely MVP of that game for sure.
For sure, yeah. And my favorite guy in the league now, hands down.
He's a vet. He's a guy that's been in the league for a long time.
He's a vet.
You can count on him. He walked. I think I walked twice, but I don't think we had a lot of other walks other than that.
He had 2 strikeouts in a 7-inning softball game is impressive on its own.
Yeah, no. So he was great. He had a bunch of hits. Tony had a bunch of hits. Dougie LaRich was 2 for 2.
Tony,
he had a big hit late. Both of them did.
Tony's home run in the was that in the set? Yeah, Tony's home run in the 7th to spark the boys, put us down 1. He was Sammy Sosa up the first. He let you guys know that he hit that home run. I love that.
Well,
he was fired up.
That's what I heard from you guys. Luckily, I was in the outfield, and that highway is so loud that I couldn't hear any of it. So,
I think people driving by on the highway heard him because he was fired up. I love that.
He did look pretty. He looked pretty hyped.
I think after him, we had Doug LaRich come up. LaRich Electric,
Yeah.
He hit a nice ball. He had a good line drive to right center.
Scud. Yeah.
He hit a scud. Yeah. He let a strike go by and then crushed one. Then I believe we had first and second. We got a runner for Dougie and Artie Brennan. Artie Brennan comes up and beats the left fielder for a walk-off, what would be a double. Matter of fact, we need a triple for that.
Yeah, for you guys, and here's the biggest lie. Not that I've heard all week, but here's a pretty big lie. Tony's saying he's very quiet. But crazy win for you guys. We battled. I'm pretty happy with the fact that we battled because we came out super flat. It was one of those games that sucked as a coach because, get to the fourth inning, we haven't batted through twice yet. I'm hitting 12. I got 2 guys to put in. Everybody's in the same boat when that happens, but it sucks when you're not hitting and you have to make subs and guys only get 1 at bat. Hopefully we'll kind of heat up on offense going forward. But that was a battle. I also learned a new rule in this game, and we'll spend some time on that. Can't believe, and this is Tony's kind of alluding to it. This is something I can't believe in 10 years of softball I've never seen before. But to set the stage, like I said, we were hitting 12. So we come up, we are down 2 going into, we're down 4 going into the top of the 7th.
Yeah.
Down 4. We have the bottom of our order coming up. We had 11, 12, and then 1. So our 11 hitter comes up, gets a base hit to start the inning. Then nobody seemed to really notice our 12th hitter just didn't go to the plate at all. And all of a sudden our leadoff guy is at the plate. So we skipped our 12th batter. Our leadoff guy flew out.
Yep.
Then Teddy came up, hit a 2-run homer. And then Hamill walked. And then as I'm coming up to the plate is when I was told by somebody else, hey, we skipped somebody in the lineup.
Who was the one that noticed?
So someone on my team, whoever was doing the book, was like, hey man, I think it was Rick. No, it was Jay McGilvery on my team was like, hey, we skipped somebody in the lineup. And then I was looking over at your dugout and I could see Tony and I think Fitzgerald was the guy doing the book with Tony, I think. And you could tell they were trying to figure out what's going on. I was like, yeah, they're realizing it right now. Cause it like that Fitzgerald guy is new. So he probably doesn't know, Buckley from Eddie. But Tony obviously knows. So Tony's kind of helping him out and trying to figure it out. And Tony's realizing, oh, Buckley never went to the plate. So Tony calls time. And we ask Richie. And, I just assumed that we had to take it out for the spot that we skipped in the order.
I thought that for sure, too. That's why I was confused by the rule. Something I never known either.
I've never seen it before. And I just assumed that, all right, we skipped a guy. We hit somebody else. We just have to take the out. Turns out, and kudos to Richie, for getting the call correctly. I confirmed it with Cooley today because I was just so perplexed by the whole situation.
Yep.
I confirmed it with Cooley today that Richie did get the call right. The rule is, so the 11 hitter hits, the 12 hitter gets skipped. As soon as a pitch is thrown to the next batter, from then until the end of that at bat, the other team needs to call it out.
And if you don't, it's basically a wash at that point.
So once that person that's hitting out of order, once their at bat ends, and there's I believe it's 1 pitch thrown to the next batter, that's when officially they can no longer protest, and it's almost as if the guy wasn't in the lineup at all.
That's wild. I wasn't aware of that.
I was shocked by it.
I was very confused in the outfield what was going on in general because I know there was a little meeting at home plate, and I'm like, nothing really questionable happened. So I was kind of like, what's going on out here?
Yeah, no, it was, I think everybody was just kind of confused.
Yeah.
Kudos to you guys too for, I know teams, especially in tournaments, that would be freaking out if they didn't get an out for that. Even though they're completely wrong, like in the rule book, the umpire made the right call. Other people wouldn't care about that. You guys, took it in stride, is what it is. It really, and we talked about this last night, when you play out the rest of the inning, it really didn't matter.
No, I did play it out like to see if we did get that out, what would have happened, but I believe it still would have been basically the same.
We ended up, the next 3 guys ended up getting hits.
Yes.
So it would have been, we would have scored those runs with 2 outs instead of with 1 out. And then we had the last 2 guys out in a row, back-to-back made outs. So it really wouldn't have mattered. And then that's when we took a 2-run lead into the bottom of the 7th. And that's when you guys walked it off with Artie. But very weird rule.
Very weird.
Very weird rule. Glad that again, kudos to Richie for getting it right. But you learn something new every day.
If I was the coach, all hell would have broke loose.
I called Kyle in. He didn't seem to care.
I did see. He didn't seem
to care. And I was like, I want to make sure Kyle realizes what's going on here. And he walked in and he was just mad that I made him walk in. He's just a lazy guy.
Yeah, very lazy guy. Kind of a cuck.
I'm shocked that he put himself in left center last night.
Yeah, I mean, he had a ball that Teddy hit to him that I think he had to take maybe a half a step back, and I don't know if he got stuck in the grass or the quicksand or whatever it was, but he didn't take the steps necessary. I told him, I said, "You just missed it by one step," and it was only one step away. So,
Well,
but
the funniest part to me is I saw him at the gym in the winter, and he told me he was going to be the fastest guy in the league this year, or maybe not the fastest guy in the league. That he was going to be fast AF, and didn't seem that way in left center.
yeah, I think he was hot. He got something going on. He's hobbling around.
Yeah, I guess his knee is hurting. That's a good point. But hey, I can't chirp the guy. I told him that I thought that he was regional last week, and I also picked against him. So kudos to him, man. I think you guys are what now, 7-2 on the year. We'll see it in the standings, but what a debut!
Trending up, where boys are getting hot. Don't let the boys get hot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Trending up. So
nice clean sweep of the week.
That was a great game over at the Legion.
It was a very good game.
Moving on to NHI Peterson. So NHI gets another win here, 21-13 at Martel. I don't really have any intel on this game whatsoever. So if somebody in the comments was in the game and can help us out.
Yeah, I didn't see this game, and I think we got there, and I believe this game was over by the time I got there.
It was. I think when we got to the field, VFW and Monahan were already playing the 7:30. But
Peterson staying consistent this week with 13 runs each game, Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true. And
staying very consistent.
NHI, they were on a little bit of a slide, but nice 2-0 week for them. And then Peterson 0-2. So goes to show you things can change real quick.
Very, very quick.
Real quick. So again, if anyone in the comments has anything for us on that game, let us know. But until then, we'll move on. VIP Phantom at Twardowski. So this was a 17-16 win. Again, another close game here. This one actually went to extras.
I was going to say, I believe they said this game went 8. They were down 8 in the 7th and actually came back. And I know TB hit a 3-run home run to tie it. And then they went into the 8th tied. I think they held them they were away. So they went into the 8th tied. They put up, what they won by? It's a 3 here. Oh no, 1. So yeah, they went up 1 and they held them in the bottom of the 8th to win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Phantom scored. They needed 1 in the bottom of the 7th to win, and they didn't get it. And then they needed 1 to tie, 2 to win in the bottom of the 8th, and they didn't get any. So tough finish to the game. Tough week for Phantom, where you get walked off on Monday and then you lose in extras on Wednesday. That's a tough one.
Very tough one, especially being up. I mean, nobody wants to be up 8 runs in the 7th inning. Being in the field for that, when you're an outfielder and you just see 1, 2, 3 runs come across, you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Here we go.
When you go out with a big lead, you're like, all right, let's just get the first out and then we'll be fine. And then next thing you know, you're like, all right, what base is the tying run on? You're like, I can't believe this is happening, type of thing, right?
And you get TB coming up. When he hits the tying home run, he's going to let you know. So you're not going to
for sure.
You're not going to get by him without him letting you know that he just tied the game.
Yeah. And so again, good win there for VIP. That's one I think that they could build some momentum off that. When you come back from down 8 in the 7th and win, that gets the boys going. Daddy
Jano said he went 5 for 5. Our guy.
That's my guy. I love that guy.
The GOAT.
Daddy Jano. All right. So moving on to the 7:30 last night at Martel. Monahan sneaks out a win without they didn't have Ian or Tommy last night.
Yeah, I did see that.
They sneak out a win 15-14 over VFW. I know VFW didn't have Gallo. I don't know if they're missing anybody else, but a nice scrappy win for the Monahan boys.
I thought so when I was kind of back and forth this game, watching it and not watching it, get the TV set up, but I thought VFW was up pretty comfortably for the most part. And then I happened to come over to the fence and I seen Monahan was up for a little bit. They were hitting for a little while, so I don't know if they end up having a big inning and scoring a few in one of the innings or what was the case. Because I talked to Jordan, who was keeping the book, and she said they were up, I think, 7 when I asked her.
Okay.
And then when I came back over to the fence, I noticed that Monahan was up for a pretty good amount of time. So
Yeah, I do know that there was definitely a big inning. I think I saw that. I think I saw that Orlando hit a big 3-run homer that might have tied it. I don't know at what point of the game, but
he's the best, baby.
He is the best.
You know,
he's been playing awesome.
Yes.
I'm not saying that in a surprise way. I'd never really seen him play softball before he played in the league this year.
Yep.
Because I didn't really see you guys play much last year because we were at different tournaments, and I know he coached a lot of last year, but he balls, man.
Yeah, I hate giving him credit, but he has been playing pretty well, and I know the Monahan guys like him, so
They love him. They love him.
they
for
love
sure.
him. He brings that energy for sure. That's another thing.
Definitely.
Big energy guy.
So nice win there for Monahan. Tough L for VFW. And then the 8:30 game last night. I believe this game took almost exactly 40 minutes.
Wow.
We had like a board meeting down the left field line. And
that took longer than the game.
It almost took longer than the game. I think when I came in, it was like the last inning, and I was like, wow, I can't believe this game is over. I think somebody told me it started at 9:05 and it was done by 9:45.
The boys just wanted to watch the C's. That's it.
You can't blame them, but
great game.
A&D gets the 11-5 win over Holtz. The Holtz slide unfortunately continues. Meanwhile, the A&D win streak just I don't know. So since you came up with the whole trending thing when you were on A&D, you know, is that property of A&D or is that property of you? I think people want to know that.
I want to say that, I patented it, so it's staying with me. So whether I was playing for A&D or anyone else out of the 10 teams, I think I'm going to bring that with it. So I said before the draft, any team to draft me is, going to be trending up regardless.
That is true.
So I think,
you did say that.
I was hoping to see A&D get off to a slower start, with Let Me Go, but the boys are doing well. They're a good regular season team. So
we'll see. Throwing a little shot there.
We'll see. Come playoffs, that's when you gotta.
I think it's been very impressive what they've done so far, because I don't know if they've had a single game where they've had like Dustin, Danny, Hud, and Laporte and Colby. I think they've always been missing. I know Hud was obviously gone for the first 6 games. I know I haven't seen Laporte. I don't know if I've seen Laporte there more than once this year.
I've only seen him at, I believe, 1 game too myself.
Yeah. We can see how many games he's played. I don't think he's at we obviously have 1 million games left, so everyone still has plenty of time to be eligible. But the A&D boys, they keep rolling.
They do. Tough to see. They got Joey Merrimack, so I mean.
That's true. Everybody forgets that.
Everyone seems to forget. Well, you get Joey Merrimack in your team. I mean, come on. The guy.
That's the best way to make it to the championship, is if you have Joey Merrimack on your team.
Yeah. Martell Field's changing the name within the next 3 years to Holmes Field, so.
Well, when you have Joey Merrimack and you have Twardowski, who's, softball royalty, and he's part of the softball royal family in Merrimack. I mean, that's a good combination to go places.
Walk-off Tucker and Joey Merrimack.
Ooh.
Walk-off Tuck.
It is. Now that you mention it, I didn't even think about this till now. Buckley has 3 losses this year, 2 of them walk-offs. Tough.
Ooh.
Tough.
Yeah.
Artie and Tucker, though, 2 guys I love in the league. So if it had to be anyone, I'm glad it's those guys.
Yeah, those would be my 2 picks to get walked off on. So
yeah, absolutely. If it was Tony that walked off on us, I would possibly go into hiding for 3 weeks because I would never hear the end of it.
Oh, I would have loved that. I would have loved it. His energy just from that home run to bring us down 1 was electric. He had the boys going.
I would have left every group chat I'm in with Tony. I would have rescheduled all your guys' games to the Legion to make sure I don't have to see you guys in the field at all. Or I would just change you guys all to 8:30s. That's what I would do. I'd put you guys at all 8:30 games, so then I would never have to see Tony to listen to him. But luckily that didn't happen.
Well, either way, no matter where you put us, Bellerose is going to make his way to the tell. So.
Oh, I know that for sure. I know.
Yeah, the whole league knows that.
So all right, so we got we're 35 minutes in here. We might go a little bit over the 45. Really quick, we'll take a look at the home runs before we look at last week's picks and also make picks for next week. So again, merrimackdraftleague.com if you want to take a look at this stuff. Dustin had a big 3 home run night on Monday. But I know that these top 3 guys did not hit a home run last night. But Dustin, Gio, and KP still at the top. We got a couple guys catching up.
God, get KP off this freaking list. I'm sick of hearing him.
That's your guy.
It is my guy, but he's a cuck.
That's true. Speaking of cucks, your other guy is on here. He almost had 8 last night, but sorry, not sorry. And yeah, so no real surprises on here, I don't think. Actually, one guy I'll point out, Ryan Murray. I don't know if how many people.
I'm not sure I know him.
Know who he is, but he's a guy that Mitch has had for a few years. Always been a really good hitter. But he's definitely cashing in a handful of dingers. And I know Pope wasn't up here this high, but he hit 3 last night. So we're still early enough in the year where sometimes it just takes one game to skyrocket up these home run boards.
If you have a 3 home run, 4 home run night, that's pretty impressive. Especially for, someone down like over where Silas is at the 9 spot. Where's he at 6? Sorry. Yeah, 6. Yep. If he, let's say Monday he hits 3 now, that jumps him up 3-4 spots, depending on what the guys in front of him do.
Yep. Yeah.
My guy Josh Lee, though. Josh Lee's he's one to watch. I think he's going to make a push at the end for.
Oh, definitely.
For that top spot.
He definitely could. I'm sticking with my pick preseason, TB, my guy.
TB.
He's hitting the shit out of the ball. That's still my pick to take down the home run crown this year.
BYB, big yellow ball. Gotta hit the thing.
Awesome. So taking a look at the picks from last week. Monday night, I had a nice clean sweep. I was 4-0 on Monday. Colby was 2-2. Tough night, tough picking for TA. He was 1-3 on Monday. But we all got our picks of the week. We're still on a crazy run of pick of the weeks. We've still combined only lost 1 all year. We'll take a look at the standings in a second. And then last night, I did go 1-2. That this is all could have changed if this Buckley Torromeo game went differently. Same with that Phantom VIP game. I was very close to I combined 2 runs away from going 3-0 last night. That's showbiz.
How do you pick against Torromeo? The boys are hot.
I can't pick against my own team.
Yeah,
and I really thought we were going to win that one, but we got 2 more shots at you guys the rest of the year.
You better bring it. That's for sure.
For sure. Hopefully it's at the Legion again.
I'd rather not, but
I'd rather not. So that means last week Colby went 4-3. I went 5-2, and TA also went 4-3. So
I'm gonna try to keep the guest spot hot here. So
yeah.
See what I can do.
Take a look at the standings. I'm still doing pretty well. I'm 23-10 on the year, 5-0 on my picks of the week. If I know anything about my, game picking abilities historically, I am definitely due for a cold streak. So Boulay, he's at 20-13. He's still kind of on my heels, 4-1 on his picks of the week. And the guest pickers are 12-8, also 3-0 with their picks of the week. So,
and you said Kobe did send in his
yep.
His picks,
so
right?
I already got so as we look towards next week, I already got Colby's picks. The one thing we need to do, and I'll have to text him, we'll do this first so I can give him some time. The 4 other games that we can choose from as our showcase game. So Brett, we'll choose these between these 4 games. We can either choose Monday night, 6:30 Martell, Buckley versus VIP. We could pick the 8:30 on Monday night, A&D versus Monahan. We could go 8:30 Wednesday night, NHI against Monahan. So 2 8:30s this week for Monahan.
Okay.
Or we could go 6:30 Torromeo, A&D. I don't even know why I'm asking. That's got to be the showcase game.
I gotta make a biased pick here, and I gotta go with Torromeo A&D.
Yeah, that's got to be the showcase game. I don't think anyone would argue that. So, I guess I'll text him to see what his pick will be for that game.
He might be still doing BP with Sam, so I'm not sure. He'll get back to you right away.
I know what his pick is going to be, so that actually kind of works out.
Yeah, he's going to pick Torromeo.
But we'll see. We'll see if he has anything else he wants me to say out on the pod. So we already have Colby's picks here, so we'll just go back and forth. So 7:30 Monday night, Peterson, Phantom. So obviously, actually, we should probably take a look at the standings first before we get into that. So the overall standings, what we see here, A&D on an 8-game win streak. They're at 8-1. Torromeo, they are on a 6-game win streak. They're at 7-2. Buckley, after losing last night, we are alone in third at 6-3. Peterson drops 2 this week. They're sitting at 5-4, tied with VFW, who only got to play once this week, but they got to win by forfeit. Monahan hanging around, TA doing TA things. They're at 4-5. NHI, 2 big wins for them this week. They're up at almost at 500, also at 4-5. VIP, they're sitting at 3-6. Phantom, they've dropped 5 in a row after starting 2-2. They're at 2-7, and then Holtz with the forfeit this week, and then a loss last night. Lost 7 in a row. They are at 1-8. Any thoughts on this, Brett?
I mean, I want to say that I think VIP is gonna make a little turnaround here. They're gonna get up there. Monahan, that's definitely a team, as we know, you don't want to play late in the season, going towards the playoffs. TA somehow finds a way to rally the boys around, and they get hot late. Holtz, just tough right now. Definitely a tough start for Holtz, but I mean, draft league, anything's possible. So
still a lot of games. 2/3 of the games are left, so definitely not too late.
A lot of season left here. A lot of season
left. I think Phantom, they're another team, 2-7, but they're plus 14 for their differential.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. But equally crazy, they're 0-5 in home games.
No, that's wild.
That's tough.
Get the boys away.
Yep. So very weird kind of statistical things going on here. If you look at Buckley right now, we're 6-3. We're plus 3 overall. I actually looked today. So we've played 9 games. 7 of our 9 games have been decided by 4 runs or less. We're playing in
close
tight
games.
ones. We're playing in
Good
some
battle.
tight ones. And yeah, I don't really think anything else kind of sticks out here. I think all these teams, I think A&D, we could definitely see the same thing we saw last year, and that's wire to wire, first overall. But Torromeo are on the heels. I can't doubt Coach KP. He's got the boys rolling.
He's got the boys rolling. We definitely some good vibes over there. I like all the guys that are on the team. Pretty happy to be on that team, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, look how far we've come since the draft, Brett. Look how far we've come.
All that salt just washed away, and now I'm Torromeo for life.
Oh, I love it. I'm actually shocked. I'm shocked that HUD hasn't been in these comments here. I'm shocked.
I don't know if he was able to. I talked to him on the phone earlier. I don't think he was able to join.
What a shame.
Who wants that piece of shit to join anyways? But
we'll have to get an episode with me, you, and him, and Colby.
So he did. Point. He did say that he wanted me to mention he needs to get on here, but I told him it's inevitable. I mean, you got to. But I mean, that at the same time, is that really going to be a Merrimack Minute, or is that going to be a Bellerose roast session? So
I think a little bit of both, if I had to guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's my favorite piece of shit, though. So
yeah.
I will say that.
The amount of times you've been memed by him or other people in this league it's incredible.
I did get the folder. Well, we got the folder today. That's something I wouldn't share with the rest of the league, but it's quite the file of HUD memes for me. So
yeah, for everyone listening, HUD actually sent us like a folder, like a iMessage folder almost, like of like an album of like 15 memes of Brett that he's just been hanging on to, like the Brett meme reserve.
Unbelievable. It just he so the other day, I'm sure most guys, I commented a picture on Alyssa Griswold's post. It was her and Abby kissing the trophy, and I texted HUD because the meme god. I said, "Can you get my face on this trophy?" And he did, and I posted it. And I got some shit from Jason, and it's all fun. But he told me at first. He told me he said, "Yeah, just send me a picture of a kissy face," and I'm like, HUD, you are the last guy on the planet that I'm sending a picture of a kiss face to, brother. I said, you have plenty of pictures of me. Find one and use it. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Good job. That was an absolute trap.
It is a trap. 0% chance. He was like, oh, it's on my daughter. I'm like, you're lying. You're crossing your fingers. Like, no, I'm not doing it.
You're clearly very familiar with HUD. You know how that was going to turn out.
Yeah, very, very familiar with HUD. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, that's what we got for the standings here. Going to our picks now. So, and Peterson dropped 2 last week. Phantom also dropped 2 last week. I am going to go 7:30 game here. I am going to go with Peterson to bounce back here.
Put the 7:30 game. So I mean, Pope should be. I'm going to go Phantom.
All right, next up, Holtz versus NHI at Twardowski.
I mean, that seems fairly easy. I'm going to go NHI. No offense to Holtz, but they're kind of struggling right now. A lot of guys in that team I like though. A lot of good guys in that team, good players too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Holtz here. I think this is a game where they could pull one out. So on to the 6:30 Legion game. Back-to-back Legion games for you guys. So hopefully you guys still got some magic floating around there. VFW Torromeo. Colby took Torromeo. I don't know if this is a weird spot for me because if I pick against you, that just keeps the bulletin board material going.
Well, if you pick against me, I'm heading out of the Bay. So
yeah,
make the right choice here.
Well, wait 5 minutes because I am going to pick against you. So I know where you're going here. So
I'm going to go Artie Brennan. I mean, Torromeo.
So I took VFW there. Moving on Wednesday night, Phantom Twardowski here against the Buckley boys. Obviously, you know who I am taking. Brett, who you got?
Phantom Buckley. I'm going to stick with Cuckley.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with Cuckley.
We got a sweep there. This one's going to be my pick. Peterson Holtz. I am also going to go with Peterson again here.
I'm gonna ride Peterson too. We're gonna go clean sweep twice in a row.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we got some sweepers here, but
I know. I like to try to.
Yeah, this is what Colby was saying about when I put my picks in before, but I don't care. I got a record to defend. So
I hear you.
7:30 game. This should be a good one. VFW VIP. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with my guy Cooch VIP.
Okay, I'm also gonna go with VIP. So we can. It's pretty safe to say that Colby's gonna go with A and D here.
Stupid.
Not text me. So pretty safe to say. I'm gonna go.
Make the right choice here, Prez.
I am gonna go with Torromeo in this one.
Good pick. Hell of a pick. I'm gonna obviously go Torromeo.
Torromeo also. So
I'm gonna go. Actually, I don't think Torromeo loses another game the rest of the season. You know, I mean.
Now the jinx.
That's too hot of a take. I mean, that's
the jinx is in.
Knock on wood here.
So now we got to go back. We'll get Colby's pick of the week later. We got to go back, make our pick of the week. So remember, it could be any of these 7 games that we chose. But for you can't pick Torromeo.
Yep.
I can't pick Buckley.
Okay.
So who you got?
My pick of the week here. I'm gonna go with the 6:30 Twardowski game on Monday, and I'm gonna ride NHI.
NHI. All right.
That's my lock of the week.
So Brett is gonna go NHI here for his pick of the week. I'm gonna go with VIP in that 7:30 game on Wednesday. I'm gonna go with VIP over VFW.
I do like that.
And again, we'll get Colby's pick of the week later on. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. Not bad. Only 5 minutes longer than usual. We had an extra game to get through. So we're gonna wrap it up here pretty quick. Brett, thanks for joining us. Any parting words before you go?
Not much to say. I'm just gonna see everyone at the Tell Monday, and I'm just gonna keep trending up. That's it. It's not gonna stop. And when I do come back in the pod, I got a good little uniform I got ready to go. So when I come back, I got something special for everybody.
Well, I think you'll definitely be back on the pod as a recurring guest. Colby, enjoy the rest of your vacation. Everybody enjoy the weekend. Obviously, go Celtics, 2 games away.
Let's go.
Got to get a win tomorrow night.
Have to, but I do like our chances. I do like our chances. Being at home, it's nice. The crowd was clearly buzzing. Klay Thompson, what's his name over there? Draymond Green were crying about that. So
soft.
Very soft.
NBA Finals, man.
It's just like playing at the guys chirp you at the tell when you're playing. Like, you really listen to what's going on behind you. You gotta kind of be in the game here.
Grow up.
Yeah,
but so yeah, Celtics tomorrow night, and then Monday night, if the Celtics win tomorrow, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. The Celtics win tomorrow, Monday night at the Tell, could be the NBA final clinching game.
Oh, I'm taking my my living room TV off the wall and bringing that thing. We're gonna be ready to go.
I was telling Cooch. Cooch is already kind of looking. He was the one that reminded me that the game's on Monday, and we're playing them on Monday. So where are we playing them again? Martell. So perfect. We will already be there, ready to go. So again, Brett, thank you. Thanks everybody for listening. See you guys all down at the field on Monday night.
Absolutely. See you guys. Thanks for listening.